We're going off-road, way back off the highway.
What's up, guys? Remember that Jeeple guy? Of course you do. The guy that made fun of all the Jeeps in the parade and stuff. Well, we got up with him and we asked him, why'd you do these things you did? And he gave us an interview on, the whole thing that happened and the whole situation. It was a joke. The whole thing was a joke. He caught a lot of shit. Some of you guys are ruthless, man. This guy caught like some crazy shit for, what he posted. And he definitely learned, don't shit post in the wrong neighborhood. He learned his lesson. And he has a really good story to tell. And, maybe somebody can learn from his mistakes. So, don't hate the guy. I don't condole any behavior where you're hating somebody based on their opinions. That's crazy. So, check it out. Here's the interview.
So I guess just tell me exactly what happened, man.
Like
I could kind of tell. I couldn't tell if you were serious or not, because it was. I mean, it was funny.
I mean,
that's kind of like what happened.
Hyperbola. Like I think modded out Jeeps are like silly. I think it's a weird subculture, and like I shit posted in the wrong neighborhood. Let's be honest about that. I had no idea you guys were that dedicated to your cars.
Well, what happened, because we were driving to this like event, which is also why he's like dressed like that in the video, like why he's wearing like the sweater and stuff.
We were volunteering at an art fair, which I guess is like
I just want to say,
liberal thing to say.
I just want to say I dressed him that day. Like I asked him to wear that. So like, and I felt so bad when people were like, "Oh, look at his like douchey sweater," and I was like, "Oh shit."
For the record, that sweater does have sleeves.
Oh yeah, it's not a sweater.
I can show you.
No, but it was so, because like we were driving to that event, and we live in like an area where like those big events like happen pretty often, right. And we just happened to be driving down the road when all the Jeeps were coming, and oh yeah, there's the.
It does have sleeves.
It's not a sweater vest, but like I just started filming him because he was being funny. And
I mean, I asked you to film me.
No, I think I started filming you. I don't think you asked me. You did ask me to post it.
Okay.
And then I was like, "Oh, I don't know," because I feel like people aren't going to understand that this is a joke. And so I didn't post it for a few days. And then a couple days later, I was like, "Hey, like, are you cool with me still putting this on Twitter?" And I don't have many Twitter followers, so I was like, "Oh, my friends are going to watch this and that's it." And then like when it was first on Twitter, everybody like saw it as a joke. Like people were like, "Oh, this is so funny." And I don't really know what happened, because all of a sudden, like people were like taking it the wrong way. Like
I mean,
I
to be fair, I trolled back.
I don't know if it was before or after you started trolling though. But yeah, it was just weird.
I'm sure, man. You probably thought it. You probably had fun with it at first. I probably would have too.
Yeah, no, it was like.
It's all fun and games until people like dissect the interior of your car based on like the little bits they see of the steering wheel.
Yeah,
and
some guy
one of the
posted,
people in the parade looked through his history on the dash cam and found my car and posted it to Facebook with the license plate visible. So I had to change my plates.
Yeah,
that is insane, man. People are crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, my dad drives a Jeep, so like it's like I don't know. It totally wasn't supposed to be like.
No, man. Nobody should have to go through that. Like even if I don't care if your opinion's different. Like the world would suck if we all had the same opinion.
True.
And,
a bit.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. You're entitled to your opinion. But that's horrible, man. I mean, yeah, people are crazy. That's why they gotta add 555 on all the phone numbers in the movies, because people try to call those people up thinking they're real.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks. Like my social media is pretty like public because I'm a musician, so it like has to be.
Right.
And so, yeah, and people like found all of my stuff, and then I was getting like like I have a business account on Instagram, so like I can see like how many views my profile gets in like a week. And I usually get like 200 views maybe, and that like those couple weeks I got like 77,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And like I was getting tons of really bad message requests, like really ugly stuff was in there.
That's
It was weird.
I think people on the internet, I often say I wish that people would people don't talk the way they do on the internet as they do in real life.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
There's
Because
like
obviously, I mean, people wouldn't walk around just insulting everybody. You suck, your videos suck, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
there's also this whole bunch of kind of chest thumping that goes on the internet because no one's going to be able to like smack you in the face for saying that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But like in person, when I would like mention, because for a couple weeks I was like, oh yeah, my boyfriend went viral, and people would be like, oh shit, like what do you mean went viral? And as soon as I started describing the video, they're like, oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter. And like most people,
Yeah.
like people who own Jeeps, like that were talking to me about it, they were like totally chill in person. They were like, oh yeah, I knew it was a joke, but like I was still ready to like fight him, but like in a joking way, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you talk about it in person.
Yeah, I mean, I like had people come up to me on my school's campus and be like, "Oh man, I saw you in that video." I'm just like, "This is either going to go one of two ways.
Yeah.
I'm either gonna have to deny it or be like, yeah, haha."
Yeah.
Well, so I guess did it affect you positively in any way, you think?
No, not entirely. It
Like,
like
like no crazy leftist or something, and they're like, "Good for you," because I mean,
I mean,
I didn't
like,
even know
there
YouTube took them
were a
down, but
bunch
on the
of,
video
like-
we made of you guys, I mean, there were people yeah, we got hate for it too. For some reason, YouTube took the comments down, but
Oh shit.
what? Really?
No,
yeah,
like
there's like
it
a
was
whole
weird.
section right now. Yeah, YouTube's jacked up, dude. They censor everything so bad that all the comments have to go through a filter before they're even posted.
Oh, true.
That's
And then
ridiculous.
sometimes it'll be like a comment where they don't even say anything bad at all, and they'll still put it in the need to be verified file or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird though, because like because the video was on Twitter, that's where I posted it first, and then we actually got contacted by a media company that like wanted to repost it with our permission, and we had to like sign a contract and stuff, and like we went through together, like I made sure he was okay with it,
Mhm.
and like that's part of the reason it went like crazy viral.
What was it, Bitch Media that
Yeah, Bitch
posted it
Media
to
or
their
something like
TikTok
that.
or something?
But it was also no, they posted it to their Instagram.
Mm.
But I posted it on TikTok before things got bad. And like depending on what platform it was on, like Twitter, everybody was like really hating on him. TikTok, people loved it, and Instagram, it was like half and half. So it was interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was weird because like at first, like when all the hate really started coming in, we were like really freaking out about like, oh God, we shouldn't have signed that contract. But it was actually like the best thing we could have done because like their HR team got in contact with us and they were like, yo, like we've been seeing like the really bad hate, so we're gonna help you like take down some of these videos.
Oh, that's
And
It gave us a certain level of like copyright,
yeah,
which we were able to, because Barstool Sports reposted her original post, which that's what
that's when it got bad.
kind of snowballed it into a lot of the hate because
They posted their caption was like, is there anyone that you would want to get a beer with less than this guy or something like that? Something that kind of like it's like I get how it's funny, but it also totally like encourages their followers to say shit.
right. Yeah, and
kind of
how
like-
crazy people are. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I just feel like that's kind of irresponsible of a company to do that when you have a lot of influence. Like even if it's like
I mean
funny.
it's the internet hate machine. Like
Yeah, well they know that they're gonna.
Dude, and
Yeah,
I think social media is probably not helping at all. And
nah.
I mean social media is a great tool, but like when people use it to like post someone else's address, that can kind of get
Yeah, that's kind of.
yeah,
Fair
it
there.
is amazing how these people can find stuff from literally a computer, man. It's like it's
craziest
insane.
thing was I was getting like hundreds of views on my LinkedIn.
Oh
Like,
shit! Really?
Yeah, people found my
They're
Facebook.
looking you up, huh? That is
Yeah.
insane, man.
So I'm like off of everything except for LinkedIn.
Yeah, he had to get rid of all his social media.
Well, I mean, I didn't have to. I made the active choice to kind of cut and run.
I feel like that was for
And,
the best
like,
though.
My Instagram, I used to use that as like a way to print T-shirts for bands, and that like that's gone just because of the amount of like hate I was getting. Granted, I did like poke the bear a little by recording a video of myself downing an entire gallon jug that I had written Jeeple tears on.
But like the thing about Derek is that he doesn't I mean, Hugh Johnson. Sorry.
It's
I
okay.
didn't
My
say-
name's Derek.
I didn't say his
I'm
last
not gonna.
name, so it's okay.
I'm not gonna go with my last name just
Oh
for
man, I
privacy.
don't. I'm surprised you went with your first name. Did you guys have to move and stuff?
Oh,
Oh
no.
no,
Oh,
it's
thank
not.
God. Yeah.
Sorry,
Or-
that's my bad. I should have said your name.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter by this
No.
point. I don't know. No, but he like doesn't take things that seriously, like, which is why like the video was funny to me and like our friend group, right? Because
They know I'm a sarcastic
like
bastard.
we all
Oh,
knew
yeah.
that was really just him like just like pretending and like being funny, but like people on the internet don't know him, like they don't know his sense.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets kind of like there's miscommunication and like people think he's like actually just that much of a dick, and it's like
I mean,
he's
I
just being
can
funny.
sometimes be that much of a
Yeah.
dick, but like
True.
not on a regular basis.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I
like
get it, man. That's
Yeah.
it's just crazy how people did that to you, man. Though, but so
It's like people are, defensive about what they like. I used to drive a Honda Element, and like when people would say it's a shitty box truck, I'm like, you what, man?
yeah, I get it. I mean, look at the motorcycle gangs. It was essentially, I mean, not nearly as bad, but I mean, if you could imagine going and doing the same thing to a motorcycle gang or something, there's some diehard people. I got Jeep
like,
tattooed across my
drivers
chest.
are always
Just kidding, no,
one of the where they're, super chill or like super hype. And I feel there's very few people in the middle ground.
yeah, you're either extreme or...
It's usually, I guess, the loudest members of a community. So do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, man, I I guess you answered a lot of them. That's pretty crazy. I'm glad that you got to apologize. If you guys want, we'll take that video down. It doesn't matter to me, man.
It's
yeah,
yeah.
no, it was fine. Yeah, like we were
Yeah, I
fine
feel
with.
horrible if you caught any hate from it.
No, I don't think that you got any.
No, the thing about this is I know I'm not going to like people who hate me. I'm not going to change their opinion. Like all you can really do in a case like this is just hope that
He basically
just
wanted to clear
hope-
his name a little
Yeah.
bit,
and
like,
also just hope that people forget about you enough and move on to hate the next viral video.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
that's
sure
the
it'll happen.
that's the good thing about the internet is you get so many stories so fast that people forget.
yeah, for sure.
Well, man,
Yeah.
did y'all didn't benefit at all? Y'all didn't make any money or anything on it?
Okay, so like I would still say that we didn't really benefit. Like, I mean, I got like a couple new followers. Like I got a lot of followers on TikTok. But TikTok's so easy to gain. On Instagram, I got a couple hundred followers or something like that. But like it hasn't really like changed. Like it's not like I like went up to like hundreds of thousands of followers. I think if the video had stayed up, maybe that would have happened, but we got rid of it pretty quickly and I don't
Maybe.
care. But like when we signed that contract with the media company, they do like compensate you.
Okay.
But like because we took the videos down so quickly, I don't think that it's actually gonna have made like any money.
I
But
got
like
you.
in theory, like if the video had stayed up, then like yes, we would have like benefited from it in that way. But like we chose to get rid of it, so I don't think.
Yeah, the pros probably.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, I'm glad that you guys didn't get hurt and nobody, no crazy people went after you. And
Yeah, he was pretty scared about that, honestly.
I
Like,
can imagine. Yeah.
I'm a paranoid person to a certain extent, so putting a video on the internet was probably not the brightest idea for my like general sense of paranoia, but like there were times where I would be like getting tailgated by a Wrangler and I'm just like, do they know me?
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to like pull over in a well-lit area?
yeah, like every time a Jeep would like drive past us, he would like stop talking and like watch it go down the street or something. Like,
Yeah.
and like again, like my social media has always been very public, so like I've like dealt with like weird messages or like threatening stuff before, so like I like block all that stuff out now. I'm like, I know it's the internet, I know people aren't being serious, but like you like have never dealt with that before this.
Well, you were also Tumblr famous at like 14.
Yeah, so like I know that all that shit is just people talking out their ass, but like I can understand how like if you've never dealt with that before, it kind of seems like it's all like very like you want to take it more seriously than you should. I feel like, but it's also good that you took it seriously to an extent. You know what I mean?
I mean, I probably in terms of paranoia over death threats overreacted. Like,
But also death
you
threats.
should be able to take a few death threats.
No.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That is.
What did they do to hit you on Facebook with the death threats or?
Yeah, it was
Facebook,
Instagram.
Twitter, and it wasn't even like DMs, like just
Right out in the
public.
public, huh?
Yeah, I had to like wait, it's really funny. Let me see if I can bring it up on my Instagram. If not, I think I remember all of them. But I had to like blacklist certain words on Instagram. Like I had to fix my comment section so that like only people that I'm following can comment on my posts now.
Okay.
And like it filters out very specific words. Let me say comments. Yeah, manual filter: Jeep, boyfriend, Jeeple, Jeeps, soy, and soy boy.
I got called soy boy a whole hell of a lot, which is really funny because I'm like not a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah, like it's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's the sweater, man. You look you
And
don't look
I don't-
vegan at all, but in the
It's because his girlfriend dressed him.
Yeah.
I take full credit for that.
I mean, I usually mostly wear kind of looking like a hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
I
probably
look
start
like
like a vegan line sweater clothing line or something.
Maybe. I mean, I used to print a lot of my own images on T-shirts. So like, yeah, kind of goofy shit. I'm not a very serious person.
No,
yeah,
he's not.
I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, you had some really funny jokes about like the fucking Shih Tzu bumper sticker. That was great.
For the record, what kind of car were you guys driving?
We were driving just like a shitty Toyota Matrix, like, you know, the beat the fuck up thing that I've been driving since like high school. It's got a huge dent in the hood from where like ice fell in it. Like, just, I mean, I've hit deers in that shit. Like, I'm shocked thing still like drives.
Definitely not a vegan. Like I swerve over, I hit deers. I've killed deer with that thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
like,
but he had to switch cars with his parents.
Yeah. because like
Oh, your poor parents. They were driving around in it now. There he is.
Yeah.
they live up in North Jersey, so like, you know, there's less of an Ura Jeep community up there.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like everyone at first was like, "Oh, look at this fucking Prius driver," and like Priuses are probably one of the ugliest cars on the road.
Yeah, no, he
That's
was
what I
so
was gonna
angry
say.
about
is
that.
people
Yeah.
thought it was a
When
Prius.
people kept saying that he was driving a Prius, he was like, "I'm not driving a fucking Prius."
Like, I used to work as a valet driver, and Priuses are some of the worst cars to drive because, like, they have this almost kind of
Right?
sound of it speeding up, which, like, you don't feel fine. It's not like when you're punching the gas of a Maz. Like, it's no, but I don't know. It's something about the grill of a Prius that I don't like. It's that angle in that looks like a real shit-eating grin.
I think the whole car is pretty ugly.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like, getting 40 miles to the gallon is great, but, like, it doesn't help when you look like a tool.
Do you like smart cars?
I think, like, the size of a smart car is probably efficient if you're living in Europe, but, like, this is America. We've got 18-wheelers on the road. I'm not gonna argue with a truck bigger than me.
Cool.
Like, I'm from New Jersey, the state of road rage. Like, I couldn't drive a smart car.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that like nothing happened that got serious. I guess it was just mainly local people that were messing with you guys.
No, actually.
No, it wasn't locals.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like people from
Jesus,
all
dude.
over, which was so weird.
That's even
And,
that's
like-
even crazier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of messages towards me like oh, like I drive a Jeep, baby. Like, why don't you leave your boyfriend for me? Or
Yeah. Apparently, because she knew they were called Jeep Gladiators, that
that
like
meant that I
she
was
apparently
fucking
was
someone.
fucking a gladiator on her.
yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
crazy.
Which, like, The thing about pickup trucks, I used to work as an exterminator. Like, pickup trucks are super efficient. When I was working for the DEP, like, you need a pickup truck to haul ass. Like, it's an efficient vehicle. I don't hate pickup trucks.
Yeah, because like I have like mentioned before how I don't like pickup trucks, and then you'll like go at me for it. So, like,
I mean, like, if your pickup truck isn't dirty and you're keeping it clean, it kind of makes me wonder, like, do you actually use it for its intended purpose?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on their Jeeps and they don't do anything but drive down the road with them.
True.
Before I yelled about the guy with the Trump flag on his back, I was saying, like, I can guarantee none of these people take him off road. And like, there were a handful of the Jeeps in the parade where you could see them caked in mud, and I'm like, that is exactly what that car is used for.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Some of them, yeah, it really just depends. And I mean, like, because some of the people have, like, a crazy amount of money into it to where it's like,
True.
when you take them
Yeah.
off road, they just break. So
True.
I get it sometimes if they got upwards
And like,
to
here's the thing: I can understand like when people put like so much money into something like that. I can understand like if somebody like they hear somebody criticizing it, it must like really get to them because like you've put so much effort into it. But like also it's the internet, and like you shouldn't take like a random person's opinion that seriously. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say, like, real successful people don't pay attention to the comment section.
Yeah,
Because it's just,
exactly.
yeah, they're wolves in there, man. They're wolves.
That being said, I wasn't successful. I had like, what, 100 Twitter followers when that thing first got posted.
Like it's so like I post videos on there. Like I was so pissed because like I post like my music on there. I post like covers and originals and stuff. Maybe like 200 views, and then he gets like over 1 million, and I was like, what is happening?
I try so hard.
I was so
Yeah.
pissed.
It's kind of sad how like hate gets you more love than actually like doing something of constructive value.
Oh yeah, you can have a story about somebody that did some great things and nobody really cares, but this one guy that did something bad, they'll pay attention to it forever.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It also made me. I was like, damn, my followers could have made me viral like how many times now that nobody paid attention to it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no.
everybody's probably said some things that probably would have got the same reaction. There just wasn't a camera rolling. So I think everybody's guilty of that.
Also, when there's a camera rolling, you go into this place of hyperbola where you're just like,
Yeah, everybody acts a little bit
Yeah.
when like a camera's on. You know, there's
I
like a
mean,
persona.
I don't talk like that New Jersey.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like that was hammy. Basically, I took the voice of one of my high school math teachers and kind of slammed it in with the voice of this like pizzeria owner I used to work for. So as you said, it was basically a Jewish mobster.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I couldn't. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure this guy's joking, but I really don't know because you just don't know with some people.
To be fair, I'm honored that you compared me to Fred Rogers. Like, he's a good dude.
Oh, no, that was funny. Yeah, I'll try not to dress him in sweaters anymore.
To be fair, sweaters are warm as hell. Like,
And I think he looks really nice in them. So, like, it was like it's so funny because, like we said, we were going to like my aunt is like a coordinator for this like arts festival, and so I was like, you have to look nice. Like my family's gonna be there, and then look what happened to him. Like it backfired bad.
to be fair, I helped them sell something like what, $10,000 worth of glass pumpkins that day.
And all the middle-aged women were hitting on you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's probably that accent.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy. It's weird. It's weird too, like when a video goes viral and it like has a bad reaction like that. Like there was like low-key strain on our relationship because I felt bad about like the hate he was getting, and then he was getting like real freaked out because he's like graduating soon. He's going to be applying to jobs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, shit, like what if this like
Affects
doesn't allow
that.
me to. Yeah.
And like I work in the marine science field. I, work with a lot of fishermen and a lot of people who,
Might own a
You know,
Jeep.
drive big trucks, and
Yeah.
like if I go into fishery observing in the Northeast, they already hate scientists on their boat. I've heard horror stories of guys getting their, fingers lopped off just for being an annoying scientist in the way. So I don't want to bring any undue hate towards me if I'm already going into a field where you're kind of hated.
But it's so weird. First, we were like super enjoying it. Like that whole weekend, like we were like going to pick up a friend of mine to bring back, and then like to hang out that weekend. And I had like a bunch of gigs and stuff, and like festivals to go to, and so it was supposed to be like this really fun, awesome weekend. And then like as soon as the weekend was over, that's like when all the shit started happening. And there was like it was definitely like kind of a like sore spot for at least like a month. Like it was.
It kind of threw things out of whack.
Yeah.
Like we're definitely stronger in spite of it.
It was weird. Like I never expected to get into fights about a viral video.
Yeah, I never. The internet would like.
It wasn't even really it was just you acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just being. I mean, when you're trying to be funny, there's always like an amount of making mockery of other people. And like, you try not to punch down in comedy, especially if you're someone below average height, because there aren't that many targets below you.
Right.
But like, I guess I punched in the wrong direction.
It happens. Well, you probably had fun with it. You probably fired back some more when they first started firing in at you.
Oh man, I had way too much fun on Twitter just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like every time someone like made a meme of me, I retweeted it. Like there were a whole bunch of the kind of Virgin and Chad memes, and those were fucking hilarious. Like that was great.
That's awesome. Like after this all passes and you go on a job interview, you can like pull it up and be like, "Look, that was me."
Oh, jeez. That is a great way to not get the job.
Yeah, the memes were funny. Like we were like genuinely enjoying it at first. Like I was like refreshing the page every now and then. Like, Derek, it's at 200,000 views now. Like
I liked getting memed. It was funny to get called like a latte sipping soy boy.
When like that's
like people saying I love my Yorkie.
And that's like he literally only drinks black coffee and like. Oh my god, that was really funny.
Yeah, I like guzzle black coffee and hate everything. Well, except for this one.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I've got a big dog. We have my family has a Weimaraner. So when people are just like, "Oh, you've got a tiny dog," I'm just like, "Yeah, I guess she's small for a Weimaraner, only 70 pounds."
Yeah. It was funny like seeing people like try and guess what they thought he's like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
It was so beyond.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully nobody messes with you anymore, and they all know that you're just you were just playing. It was fun. And,
I mean like I haven't gotten anything in a while. I think it's like mostly cooled down. It took a couple weeks, but I was just telling him the whole time because he was like really nervous for a while, and I was like, look, like nobody's messaging me anymore. Like we're fine. People have moved on. Like.
Mm-hmm.
I know the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit, dude, they're about to eat this guy alive.
Yeah, and
I instantly knew, I was
happened.
like, this video is going to go fucking pretty far.
It did. I think like in total, like with TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, it had like well over like 5 million views.
Somewhere around.
And then like it's still on like some Instagrams and shit, so like...
It makes its rounds on Facebook, like, I'll be forever remembered as that like douchey Jeeple guy, but like
hopefully somebody don't dig it up in 5 years and think it's new and repost it.
Oh god, I hope not.
Hey, if like Daniel Tosh is still doing his garbage show, maybe I'll get a web redemption.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like I gotta say too, like for the most part, when I would like message like Jeep pages and be like, yo, like we got like death threats and stuff over this, can you please take it down? Like most people were like really like nice about it.
Yeah,
and just like
imagine there's and like the comments,
like,
if somebody says something like even if it's insulting but it's clever and well written and funny, I appreciate that. But then there's people up there that are like just hateful. I don't really understand.
Yeah, and like like I said, for the most part, most people were like, "Oh shit, like we didn't know that it was that bad. Like we were just kind of taking the piss out of you." But like most people took it down as soon as I talked to them, and then like helped me like get other videos down, which was pretty nice. But yeah.
And like the guy who posted the picture of my car with the license plate visible, you know, we contacted him being like, hey, this is really fucked up and could
Right.
put us in danger.
And like he was like an older guy too, which was like kind of like weird. Like
That's creepy.
what are you doing, dude? He was like 60 something, like posting someone else's license plate. Like how old are you? Like that's just.
I mean, a lot of people, I guess, don't realize that.
I don't think he thought about it.
Yeah.
You know, like I think he thought it was just a joke. But then
I mean, he thought enough to block out the license plate of the Jeep in front of him.
that's true. He didn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that sounds intentional.
Yeah, that guy is creepy, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a new license plate, so
Yeah, fuck him.
yeah. So hopefully I can drive around my like little shit box of a Toyota. Like
Yeah,
I love
guess
that thing.
everybody's looking for a Prius.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, true. Like, oh, I would not be able to take myself seriously if I drove a Prius. And
Little
I already
terrier.
can't take myself seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, life's boring if you take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Anyway, do you have any other questions?
Oh man, I think that about covers it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did pretty good, dude. I'm glad you guys are okay and nothing, happened to you guys. And I keep saying that, but yeah, it's kind of
Nope,
scary.
thanks.
There's some crazy ass people out there. Like the fact that somebody that lives like hours away was like literally, gave you a death threat. That's insane.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Even if they're
especially
not
for
like,
your opinion.
even if they don't have anything to back it up, like that's still like scary to get that.
Yeah, I mean, but also for all your viewers, this is definitely a cautionary tale about like getting famous on the internet.
Yeah.
Not always worth it.
Right? I'd
Yeah.
say more infamous.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well,
thank you
appreciate
guys
it,
so
guys.
much, man.
All right, have a nice one.
Yeah.
I just like the sound of it.